Port of Corpus Christi will soon have a new commissioner. Nueces County Commissioners today unanimously chose local attorney Catherine Tobin Hilliard to fill a seat that became vacant when Barbara Canales resigned to run for county judge. Hilliard will also take over as the only woman on that important panel. Our Taylor Alanice spent some time with her today. Taylor?
Catherine Hilliard says she's up for the challenge and is ready to devote whatever time and energy she has into everything that goes with the Port of Corpus Christi. Hilliard was one of 11 candidates looking to fill Nueces County Judge Barbara Canales' spot. She says she was surprised but honored to be nominated by Nueces County Commissioner Carolyn Vaughn. As you can imagine, it was a memorable day for her and her family. She says the port has a lot of positive momentum right now, and she's excited to learn from the other commissioners in the process. Hilliard says she knows as much about the port as the average citizen, but says she can bring a lot to the table.
Well, I don't have any industry experience, but I think that what I bring to the port is the diversity and the experience as a lawyer, the experience as a community member who serves on many boards, including St. Edward's University.
Along with being on numerous boards in the area, she and her husband, attorney Bob Hilliard, co-own a law firm and are raising 7 children. The 7 port commissioners are in charge of setting policy for the Port of Corpus Christi, which is the #1 port for petroleum exports and the 4th largest port in the nation. Hilliard is expected to be sworn in at the next Port Commission meeting on February 19th. Joe, Mackenzie.
All right. Our congratulations to her tonight. There is